Yo!
I know what I have to do.
Hey, who out there saw Mind Blower? The new Star Wars trailer came out this week.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa, let's talk about that for a second. I thought it looked really cool. I've been hearing some debate. Some people I know and really trust, hardcore Star Wars fans, are kind of meh on the trailer.
Uh-oh.
That was me.
It wasn't only you.
But I felt like I was the only one. I did not see anybody else vocalize that.
It was not only you. In fact, my best friend, I have a Star Wars tattoo. My best friend, John Wanzer, good buddy of mine, he has a matching Star Wars tattoo. Yeah. He was like not feeling the trailer. He was saying, same thing as you, I'm really not interested in a prequel. He said, we've known how this story ends for 40 years, so I don't see the point in retreading a tale that we've already seen. And he went on to say that he's afraid this is going to turn into a trend. He's like, I don't want the Han Solo movie.
Yeah, Han Solo.
I don't want to see...
Yeah, that I'm not into.
I don't want to see the Kessel Run put on film. I feel like it's so much more mythical to always hear about it.
I agree with that.
I don't want to see it.
Yeah.
And you know what? To that, just in response to him, and then you can say whatever you want, but in regards to what he was saying, I agree that I don't want to see stuff we've heard about. I don't want to see the Kessel Run either. But I feel like with this new Star Wars trailer, with the Rogue One story, we know that they're going to get the Death Star plans. We know that that's going to happen. But in every Star Wars movie that the good guys are going to win. More or less, when the story's over, the good guys are going to win. What is the cost going to be of that victory? We don't know. And I feel like a Star Wars movie with a whole new cast, and it's not tied to any other Star Wars film that's already out there, is actually open to be very creative. I mean, they could have 10 Bothan spies, and maybe 9 of them die, and or
the Bothans and shit was the second Death Star.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But whoever these spies are, I feel like it's not so cut and dry. I think that it's very exciting to me, the new Rogue One movie, because I feel like they have a lot of room to create a new Star Wars tale. They don't have to retread anything other than we're going to get the plans for the Death Star. They're tied to that. I'm excited to see what they do outside of that. I'm excited. I thought it looked cool.
I agree with you totally. I just don't think they're going to do anything that creative or interesting.
I felt like, honestly, there's more of an obligation to play it safe with the new trilogy. And with these spin-off movies, you're given a little bit more leeway to get crazy.
I just feel like I have nothing writing on this at all. Yeah. So it could suck, and it doesn't affect anything for me, really. It doesn't matter.
You got nothing to lose. If episode 8 sucks, that's a fucking blow.
That's a bummer.
But yeah.
This sucking, if this was garbage, it's like, well, who cares? Whatever. But if it's awesome, it's like, oh, cool, bonus, extra thing. My only problem is that we just had Star Wars shoved down our throats for the last 5 months, 6 months. Yeah. And honestly, I liked it. I was like, oh, cool, Star Wars on macaroni and cheese. I dig that right now. I'm feeling it.
It was exciting because it never could come back
before. It does feel like the latest movie is not even out of theaters yet.
Right, that's the thing. And it's like, I just had this shoved in my throat, and I was enjoying it, and I was along for the ride, and then I liked the movie, and whatever. And I'm kind of ready for a little break, and then when episode 8 comes out, I'll be excited all over again. But right now, it's like, I don't know if I really need a Star Wars movie right now. Yeah. I just felt like I just was delivered something, and I'll see it. I'm gonna see it, but it's just like maybe a break is fine.
Yeah. What I was gonna say though, in regards to what you were saying that John was saying.
Yeah.
Try to follow that, but I agree with him in the other stuff. I agree with him with the Han Solo thing, and like I don't want to see the Kessel Run and things like that.
Yeah.
These things that they've just mentioned in passing have a mysticism to them, and I don't need to see them all. The greatest example is the Clone Wars. I mean, Obi-Wan bringing up the Clone Wars once in one movie was like, what were the fucking Clone Wars? Whoa. And has become the least interesting thing in film.
Yeah.
Like, that is so not interesting now. But I don't feel that way necessarily about... I think if you're going to do a spin-off movie... Rogue One is a good thing to do because we don't know shit about how they got the Death Star plans. So I actually don't agree with him on that. I think it's something where it's like, I don't know what kind of people, who got those plans. I have no clue.
And what did they go through?
Yeah, so I don't think that's the worst idea. What I was kind of not really feeling with this trailer is this is the new expanded universe. They did away with all the old.
Yeah.
And now this is the new expanded universe. And I've always been kind of about expanded universe. It's interesting.
You know what's funny?
I like.
Can I on that
Sure.
note? I've always loved expanded universe, and I felt the exact same way. There's a shot in there. I don't know who this character is, but it's like a Empire lieutenant or something, clad in all white, just kind of standing there.
Yeah.
And he looked like an expanded universe character, and I got vibes of like, ooh, sci-fi fantasy novel.
Sure.
So yeah,
That's absolutely what it is.
Yeah.
But I've always thought I don't mean this is not to sound as insulting as it does, but that's always been kind of the expanded universe has always been a little dorky to me, and I don't mean that like I was into way dorkier shit than that, so I'm not insulting it, but it was always kind of the Star Trek-ish kind of like, here's all these creatures and things and whatever, and it was I had passing interest in it. But my love for those movies, honestly, like, I'm sappy. My love for those movies is Luke and his friends and the Skywalker family and the Force and things like that. So I'm left just kind of like, there's no way I'm not seeing this. There's no way I'm not seeing this. But I was left kind of like, the trailer felt kind of like a humorless kind of fan film to me. It was very like dry and here's this story. And it felt like looking at those books in the library, like here, Admiral Thrawn. What the hell is Admiral Thrawn? Like what?
Admiral Thrawn's a badass.
So I'm kind of just
superior military statistician.
So that's what I meant. I'm definitely seeing it day one. I still think it's exciting that we're getting a different kind of Star Wars movie, and there were some great images in the trailer, but I don't know how to feel about it. I just don't know how to feel about it. That's where I'm at with it. I don't want a Han Solo movie, no matter if this is the most amazing movie ever. I don't want
Solo
that.
Sounds like the worst. I don't think I'll see that. I will not.
And honestly, there's talk about there might be an Obi-Wan movie where kind of like what he's doing in all those years that he's in Tatooine. Man, don't fucking touch that.
That sounds so
I don't
boring.
want that.
A movie about him being a hermit.
Yeah. I don't want that, And so that's what I mean with the expanded universe stuff. Is it's always been kind of too much information, and I'm kind of whatever on it, and I'm getting those vibes now. But
if
we'll
Ewan
see.
McGregor was Obi-Wan, would you be more interested in that? If it was him,
no. I don't know, because I think he was the one thing that I really liked in the prequels. Mm-hmm. But I just don't know what else there is to tell about him.
Though? Like, I love just take that world. Hey, space is dominated by this empire. There are stormtroopers everywhere, and they suck. And just give me new characters interacting with the empire. You can do that forever, or just explore new planets. Yeah, I don't need any stuff that's already been talked about for so long, and all the legendary characters. Just let it exist, kind of in the mind, and be a fantasy. But yeah, do new stuff, and I'm really excited. I'll be there.
But again, going back to the concept of Rogue One and what John said about all that, I don't feel like Rogue One is any of those things. I don't know anything about how they got those plans. So I think that's an interesting. If you're gonna do a spin-off movie, that's a good place to do one.
Mm-hmm. I'm totally on board with what you're saying. Like when I first saw this trailer, that was the first reaction that I had was, give me 100 stories of people that I've never seen before in a giant universe where there's an empire and there's rebels. You could do spy thrillers, you can do crazy action movies, you can do a comedy. You have a huge universe where you can do so much. The problem is, like, I watched this trailer and went, that looks neat, and like there's all the brights are very bright, all the darks are very dark. It looks like it's well shot and not very creative. It just looked
very dry.
Solely based on the trailer. It didn't look like there's, and I mean, how much can you really judge based on the trailer or whatever?
Of course.
But it didn't. Nothing about it looked like, we took some creative chances here. It looked like a Disney movie. It looked like the Bourne Supremacy.
It just felt dry to me. It just felt dry to me. Just for basing on one trailer.
I think it looks like the way that every big budget. Any movie that like Liam Neeson's in right now, it looks like that.
All those movies he's in with the AT-AT walkers.
But you know what? That's the thing. It's like when I saw it, I seriously felt like I was in some sort of fever dream because it's like all of episode 7 has shown you the new order. What's the new empire called?
Order.
The First Order. Yeah. And the First Order is like based off the Empire, but slightly different. And for the past 2 years, we've seen all this stuff. It's like, it looks like the Empire, but this is the new stuff. And to suddenly wake up and watch a trailer, and it's like, oh, there's a stormtrooper.
It has literally
there's AT-ATs in it. I was like, oh, what the fuck? It's like, I've seen these things in movies from my childhood.
But not in this context.
But this is a movie with stormtroopers in it that I haven't seen. It was just like so strange.
I follow that director I always talk to you guys about, Joseph Kahn, on Twitter, and he wrote, picture getting these movies when you were in your earliest Star Wars years. Yeah. 12 or whatever. Kids today have it so fucking good. I know. You just got a trailer. He's like, you got a trailer where the AT-AT's coming and all this other shit. He's like, really? Picture being at the formative years where you discovered Star Wars.
But
I
think that seeing so much of it, like you guys were saying with I don't want to see something about the Kessel Run, whatever. I think seeing it so much and so often kind of takes away from the specialness of it.
Oh, sure, yeah.
If I had that much when I was first getting into Star Wars, it would have been cool, but I don't think not near what I liked about Star Wars was that I had to go and find a lot of it.
Yeah.
Sure.
I read those expanded universe books and I had all these conversations with friends about all this stuff. Yeah. And to me, that was the stuff that I really enjoy out of Star Wars. I like the movies, but I like all the stuff that happened around them with other people. And I feel like you're getting so much that you're just here, look at this.
Yeah,
it's damn.
And,
we'll see.
Anakin Skywalker was so much cooler before the prequels. It's like, man, that guy was just a fucking bad. And you saw who he was, and it's like, oh, okay. It sucks. Who cares?
Is that Mom Motha or whatever?
Yeah.
Man, that was great casting.
That she looks just like her.
Oh my god.
Nailed that.
Like her daughter.
I will say.
I don't know.
Oh, you said it. You said it with such a cadence.
Yeah, duh. No, but I was gonna say something that. Yeah, so there was a lot of different stuff in the trailer. Whatever. There is one shot specifically that actually really had me thinking a lot. And there is one shot, it's in the trailer for a second, of someone going into a room. There are Emperor's Royal Guards
the two
on
red
either
guards,
side, and someone in a black cloak kneels.
Whoa.
And what people are saying, okay, so who is that? If it's Vader, why does he have a cloak over his head? Why would he do that?
Maybe an apprentice, maybe?
Maybe someone we don't know about. But then someone else was like, the Emperor's guards are in that room. Is it the Emperor kneeling? And then it's like, and someone I was talking to was like, shit, are they going to pull some shit where the Emperor was answering to Snoke or something like that? Like he was, and that I'm kind of torn on because it's like, all right, you're setting up this other thing, but at the same time, don't devalue what was going on in the best movies. I don't know how to feel about that. I don't
even want to fucking see Darth Vader or let this be its own.
Could not agree more.
Story.
But I don't. But again, are they going to do that?
I saw that, and my first thought, just seeing that one shot, going back and just seeing that, was I think they're going to do a Darth Maul type thing where it's just this is a one-off character. You're going to get him for this one movie. He serves a purpose. He's honestly probably story-wise or whatever. He's going to be some kind of rival to Vader. They're both for the Empire and they're both under the Emperor or whatever, but they're sort of neck and neck for who's the top dog. And then I think you're just Vader's gonna be talked about, and you're gonna see him for one shot at the end. That's the only time you're gonna see Vader.
I'm gonna pull Luke. Just Star Trek real quick. There was a Star Trek Next Generation episode where the episode was 100% the ensigns and the lowest ranking officers, and it was them looking at Riker and Picard, and they're in the background, oh shit, okay, don't fuck up, whatever. And it was it was a really interesting way to see that.
That's funny.
And if it was like that, where the lower guys, and you see Vader in the background as something okay, don't whatever, that I think would be kind of cool. That episode was completely different than anything else in the show, and really you saw the characters in a different way after that episode. So I don't know, that kind of thing is, I guess, okay.
So either way, everything that I have said and that we're kind of talking about is only about a trailer. I still think it's an interesting thing, and I'm definitely there's no way I'm not seeing that as soon as it comes out. But so I'll be curious. But I'll be curious to see what comes of it and how. I'm most curious what you were talking about a second ago. Is where will the limit be? Will we be cool with the Star Wars every year, or is that going to get all right? I'm curious where that will go. I don't know. I don't know what to expect.
I want to see more of the Mandalorians on film.
Yeah. You would think that you would have see that was when they announced, we're doing spin-off movies, that was my first thought was, well, here's your Boba Fett movie that they've I thought that would have been the first thing.
But what Eric was saying, you could do a spy thriller or something like that, or an action film. But with Mandalorians, that'd be cool.
But I will say though, regardless of anything that was in the trailer, what they've said about Rogue One is it is a heist movie. And that, I think, it's one thing to see the trailer and go, oh, more Star Wars. But being in that context, that could be cool. That could, a heist, I don't know, just something different than yeah. And like you were saying before, too, you're not going to see a hero's journey in this. It's going to, it's that's not the point of it at all. And so that could be interesting.
I felt like Episode 7, I think, was held back by kind of trying to recreate that Joseph Campbell hero's journey. And this movie, like I said, being outside of the main trilogy is not tied to that Star Wars movie formula. It could be just a different kind of movie, like Eric was saying. They can do different genres set in the Star Wars universe.
Sure.
And I'm excited for stuff like that. I think that's going to be really cool.
I was just going to say, I watched Episode 7 again today because the Blu-ray just came out, and I had it on today while I was just around the house or whatever. And I still I really enjoyed that movie. Overall, I think it's a lot of fun. But it's funny. The one thing that bothered me before, it just bothers me more and more when I see it. The one thing that is like a splinter in my brain watching that movie is the First Order itself. That's the one thing in that movie that there's a lot of little things that bother me, but it's like, oh, whatever. But it's a fun movie. But that's one thing. I remember you said it as soon as you saw it. Like, I thought the Empire was done. Like, what? Them existing just kind of, suddenly, it's like Return of the Jedi made such a big deal out of like, wow, it crumbled. And then in Episode 7, they're just there and that's it. And it kind of just, I don't know.
The Empire was wiped out, and then you get the next movie in the chapter, and it's like, yeah, we replaced the Empire. And it's like, you are like almost more powerful than the Empire was before you.
And I think it just, whatever, if it ends up being more powerful, so be it. But the fact that it's just there at the beginning.
I think it would have been so cool, like, have the roles reversed. Like, the rebels now control everything, and the old remnants of the Empire are now the ragtag group that is, like, the underdog. Maybe, or at least just show me how they rose to power. I just felt like it really kind of, made the whole Empire being wiped out seem like not a big deal.
I feel like, this is just me, but Kylo Ren, I like Kylo Ren because I said this before, I feel like you are seeing a supervillain rise up, but I feel like his empire around him was already there, and it would have been cooler to see maybe almost a twist at the end of the movie. Like, whoa, they are building a fucking army. The Empire's back.
Yeah. I think it's an enjoyable movie. I like it.
Yeah.
But I do think that is a reoccurring theme throughout the movie of the First Order, and Kylo Ren himself are just so way too powerful for me. Like, he freezes a bullet with his mind in the first scene. Darth Vader deflected bullets with his hands like halfway through the original trilogy. Like, that is something cool to build up to, and I just feel like they blew their load a little early with just setting the bad guys up as powerful as they did. Not that it ruins the whole movie.
No, again, I enjoyed the shit out of it.
Yeah, but I just think that's a recurring theme of, like, these bad guys are, like, super powerful, and I just it could have been more organic, just like building up to all that.
It is funny, though, how Star Wars in general kind of has a problem with that, because my favorite is Return of the Jedi, but even that movie, it's pretty funny. The Death Star was the worst thing that could have ever happened to them. Like, that was the be-all, end-all. And Return of the Jedi starts. Second one. All right.
Yeah. I always felt that way, too. It was like
that's been a recurring thing.
Like, it's just, the Death Star is all powerful. It can destroy planets. Holy shit. Oh, thank God we destroyed it. Then a second one shows up like that, and it's not even complete, but it can still destroy planets. Watch out.
Oh, yeah, it's good.
I even remember as a kid feeling like, why do they... You don't even need to build the whole Death Star. You can build half of it.
Build a gun and float it.
Yeah, basically. Like, why finish it? But it can already destroy planets.
That is true. Like, man, we lost, millions of our soldiers or whatever in this. We should never do that again. Oh, we'll do it one more time.
Yeah, and the craziest part about it is that was the one thing that everyone I know, even people I know who love Return of the Jedi, would say, yeah, but second Death Star, and it's then we got a third one, and like, I don't know how the hell, like, like, and again, didn't ruin the movie for me, but it was such a non-thing in the movie that it was like, what are we? That's weird.
I had a chance to see Episode 7 again recently myself, not on Blu-ray. I went to the dentist. They were streaming it. They were streaming it at my dentist's office. Did I talk about this already?
No.
I went to a dentist. They have a TV. They put you in the chair, and there's a TV in front of every chair. And every time I've gone, they usually have like Netflix running through it so they can show movies just to distract you. The last time I went, they were playing the latest Star Wars through some website. And I'm pretty sure it was like illegal Star Wars Episode 7 stream highquality.com. Cool. Everything that I was saying, like that I don't like about the movie or criticize it, just totally goes out the window when you have a dentist like shoving metal tools into your teeth. So that was all. I liked it better when the latest time I saw it.
I was telling it earlier, Kylo Ren's torture scenes are way more real.
Yeah, he was all Novocaine.
Like, okay, don't drill. Okay, I'll give you what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was, and it really too. I was at the dentist for so fucking long. I sat down in the chair when Ray is like trying to turn in the thing to that collector guy, and he's like, "Give me BB-8 for 60 portions or whatever." That's when I sat down in the chair. I was done with the dentist as Kylo Ren was slicing Finn up the back in the snow.
Wow,
I saw the whole fucking movie.
Yeah.
Damn.
I had a lot of problems. So how are your teeth? Feeling good? Perfect.
They sliced his teeth up.
Perfect. Wow. They did slice my teeth up. I had to do some gnarly shit. I was scared. It all turned out fine. Go to the dentist, everybody.